Hi, my name's Thomas Kraft. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about statistics behind the food service industry. Now, I know a lot of us are young in this class, and so I'm sure the majority of us have worked in the food service industry, so I bet you have just some horror stories, and you don't need me to tell you about this. But just go ahead and stick with me on this one. So first off, about 2 million people are employed in the food service industry in America. That makes up roughly 6% of the entire United States workforce. 6%. Not 0.6, not 0.06, but a full 6%. That's massive. That is such a huge amount. Imagine if 6% of the people in this class did something. That would be unheard of. This outnumbers manufacturing, education, and healthcare workers combined. Think about that. 3 of the largest professions in the entire country, and it's outnumbered by workers in the food service industry. Sorry, let me adjust this so I don't think you can read it well. So let's talk about average age. People say that these jobs are mostly for, 16-year-olds or just people in high school that are just trying to make a paycheck while they're still going to school. And I'm here to tell you that that is absolutely not true. I work in the food service industry currently. I'm a waiter, and while I make decent money, you'll notice that the skew isn't quite as low as people would think it to be. The average age is actually 29 years old. And this is even more skewed because Social Security benefits are letting down our elderly. So the workforce is becoming slightly older and older every single year. So let's go back to the horror stories that I'm sure a lot of you have about working in food service. Let's talk about how people are treated. The average income is $965. $965. 8.9% of all U.S. employees qualify for food stamps, welfare, WIC, etc., any kind of federal aid. Well, let's look at how that skews in the food service industry. 13.8%. 13.8% of the total workforce, which I earlier said, as you'll recall, was 6% of the whole U.S. workforce qualifies for some sort of federal assistance. If you don't think that that's a problem right there, then I don't know what to tell you. 2 million of these workers, 2 million of these 6% of the entire U.S. workforce, I'm sorry I keep stressing that, but it just seems like a very important thing. But they have admitted to using the emergency room for primary care. And this comes back to the fact that a lot of their jobs don't include any sort of insurance benefits. And on $965 an hour, I challenge you to find any sort of insurance that you could use. 83% of these workers either don't get paid sick leave or don't know that they do. The part I want to focus on is the people that don't know that they do. I worked the same job for about 5 years as a waiter. And it wasn't until about 2 or 3 years in that I even knew that I qualified for any sort of insurance benefits. And mind you, they weren't great, but they were something. But it's information that needs to get out there, and we're definitely not doing a great job at that. 57% of these workers have admitted to having suffered an injury on the job. I think that number is staggeringly low. If any of you have worked at let's say a McDonald's, I know you've been burned on the grease. It happens. It's a daily occurrence. Everybody knows that it happens. And you have to keep in mind that a lot of these statistics are self-reported, so they're going to be skewed. As far as job security, the turnover rate can reach as high as 130% in some jobs. 130%. Think about that. That's more than all of them. The average income in the United States hovers around $59,000. Another statistic that I'm sure is slightly skewed because so many are so much higher and so many are so much lower. But the highest grossing careers in the food service industry are managerial. And those have been known to get as high as $53,000. So even that doesn't touch the median income of the United States. Waiting tables, which is what I do, averages out at about $23,000 a year, which is, a decent living for someone with no college degree, but it's less than half of the median income of the United States. It's just, these numbers are staggering to me. I hope they're affecting you as well. But even in the highest paid positions that you can get, as high as you can go in that profession, you can't reach even what the middle ground is in the United States. I really hope that some of these statistics have helped you think about treating food workers a little better than you have if you've ever in the past treated them badly, because we're really just out here trying to make ends meet just like everybody else. So thank you for your time.